What you guys want to do as you think about next year is you want to consider what courses you're going to be taking in terms of your current performance in your current courses. You also are going to see when you log into Infinite Campus to put in your requests, you're going to see what your current teachers recommend you take next year. They're going to give you an idea of what they think you have the capacity to take. And then at the end of this, we'll talk a little bit about balancing your schedule. You and your parents, along with your guidance counselor, who you'll meet with in the next few weeks, are going to think about what is the overall rigor of your schedule for next year. You're currently ninth graders. You're not taking any APs. You're not going to go from no APs to 3 APs next year. That is not a good idea. You need to maybe ramp up a little if you feel like you want to challenge yourself, you want to try something, but sophomores do not need to take any APs. So it's important for you to think about that as you hear about all these courses. So we're going to begin. Is Mr. Cross here? So Mr. Cross is not here at the moment. So I'm just going to let you know that next year, all current ninth graders will move into English 10 next year. English 10 is a course that all 10th graders take. It's also a graduation requirement. You can see on the slide here what is covered in that course. It's also available on our course catalog website. For those of you who have not taken speech and debate is a semester elective in the English department that you can choose to take next year. It's a great elective to help you learn public speaking skills. Now we're going to move on to social studies. There we go. Is Miss Landsman here? Okay, Miss Landsman is not here at this moment. She is actually the best person to talk to if you have a question about next year, because she teaches both World History 2 and AP World. That is your choice for next year for social studies, to take World History 2, which the majority of students should be taking, or for those who've done extremely well in World History 1 and are up for the challenge, AP World. Be aware that there is a substantial summer assignment that you need to complete in the summer before entering AP World History. And that is a course that is a lot of reading and a lot of writing. So if you like to read a lot and you are a good writer, you can consider AP World, but only after talking to your current teacher about how you're doing, and maybe even Miss Landsman or current students in AP World. In the social studies department, there are 2 electives. One is Bronco TV that are being offered next year. One is Bronco TV. That's a full year course where you help produce the Bronco TV broadcast. The other is a half year or semester elective, psychology. And so if you're interested in either of those, sign up for them. But again, you're going to be looking at your overall course load to see what's going to fit in your schedule. So that's the social studies options for next year. Science, is Miss Kim here? Miss Kim is not here, so I will do science. Your science options for next year are basically, if you're in core right now, physics and chemistry, you're going to take core, bio, and earth science next year. There are some other electives offered in science that you might consider, like Bronx River Research. You could take that if you've done very well in core chem and physics, potentially. Look at the prerequisites, though, in the course catalog. Some of you maybe have doubled in the core, in which case you could have the option to take AP Chemistry next year or AP Environmental. AP courses in science also require substantial summer work and are very difficult, similar to AP World. Think carefully before enrolling in one. And in particular for AP Chemistry, you need to be very good at math and probably be in the top math course to be able to handle the level of math that AP Chemistry involves. Be very careful to consider more than one AP next year. It is a lot of work and it will be your first year taking an AP if you even take one. So this is an important decision to make based on your current performance, your current work habits, and how the year is going. So those are your science options. There is a semester elective of fundamentals of engineering that you might want to take. If you're interested in engineering, this is a good course to try. We do have some computer science electives that I just wanted to mention. They are Introduction to Java Programming. This is a pretty heavy Java programming based course, but if you have no computer programming experience and you might want to take AP Computer Science A, you probably should take this. We also have a semester elective in robotics. This year they spent time building a drone that would fly with artificial intelligence software. If you're interested in robotics, maybe programming within robotics, that's a great semester elective. We also offer two different entrepreneurship. Please mute yourselves. We offer, okay, we offer two different entrepreneurship courses, Entrepreneurship 1 and Entrepreneurship 2. Those you really think about a new idea and launching it as a business. It's an exciting course taught in the Innovation Center. Take a look at the course catalog if you're interested in that. AP Computer Science Principles is a course that is a great option for students who maybe don't want to do hardcore programming, but want to get exposed to computer programming. In the course catalog, sophomores can sign up for this, but I will let you know that we have a lot of juniors and seniors signed up, and we have a limited number of sections of this course we will offer. So if it fills with juniors and seniors, sophomores will not be admitted into the course. Priority is given to juniors and seniors. So if you're thinking about this course, have a backup plan. AP Computer Science A is a very Java-based programming heavy course. I would recommend you only take this if you're really into programming or you've taken Intro to Java. So that's something to consider with your counselor, but maybe not for sophomore year. Mr. O'Brien, are you here to talk about math? Okay, I will talk about math. Math courses follow a particular sequence based on the course you're in right now. So where you are now is going to probably determine what you're going to take next year. If you're interested in some other track, you need to really speak to your current math teacher about that opportunity. It does often require summer work and a placement test in August to move to a different track. Also in math, there are some electives. I've already talked about a few of them. The other elective that I haven't talked about is AP Statistics, but that really requires pre-calculus. So it's unlikely that any of you guys are going to be taking AP Stats next year. Now, Miss Flood.
Yes, I'm here. Salve omnes. So for world languages next year, most ninth graders are currently enrolled in either level 9 or level 2. So if you are in one of those levels, that's kind of the standard for ninth graders, then you would move on to the level 3 course. So French 2 and French 9 students will move on to French 3, where you continue to explore the language and continue to develop your skills in reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Latin 3 is a shift to reading primary sources from the original authors. You'll read people like Cicero, Augustus, Pliny, and kind of shift into grammar review, goes into more reading about the culture. We focus on the history of Rome. Spanish 3 as well. So if you are in Spanish 9 or Spanish 2, you merge together into Spanish 3, where you continue to develop your proficiency in reading, writing, speaking, and listening. In both French and Spanish, you will be working, watching movies, doing simulations, doing a variety of projects. So again, to develop your language skills. If you are in Mandarin currently, you would then continue on with your whatever Mandarin level is next. You may also decide to add another language or take another language. There are 2 electives offered by the World Language Department. One is philosophy, where we study the history of the contributions of philosophy across the course of time. And then there's also an elective called mythology. These are both semester electives. So mythology is the history of mythology across the span of time and cultures. These are both offered by our department in the world languages, but they are taught in English, and they would give you elective credit, and they are semester courses, one in the first semester, one in the second semester. If you have any questions about languages, you can speak to your language teacher, your current language teacher, or you can come and speak to me. Thank you.
So Miss Allen is actually at a national conference right now for the fine arts. So I'm going to go over some of the options for you. If you're currently in Studio Art 1 and you're interested in continuing in art, you will move on to Studio Art 2 next year. This is the trajectory that would get you to AP Art by your senior year. So if you're interested in getting to AP Art by your senior year, you do need to take Studio Art 2 next year. If you're not in Studio Art and you want to, you can take Studio Art 1 next year. Some other options include ceramics, digital photography, computers and art. So all of those are semester options for you if you're interested in exploring them. And then finally, the Fine Arts Department does offer AP Art History. We have had a few sophomores take that every once in a while. I would say that you have to be very passionate about history and be currently doing well in World History 1. You have to be interested in obviously art, but reading a lot and writing and interpreting images. So if that's something you're passionate about, it's something you could consider. I would say that AP Art History and AP World are both have a lot of reading and writing, and taking those together your sophomore year, I would not recommend because you've never taken an AP before. So
And
consider, yep.
Can I just say that also after taking AP World, it's a great foundation for AP Art History for students. So it's actually a better trajectory for them to take it as a junior.
Perfect. And Ms. Landsman, did you want to mention anything about AP World? I can go back to those slides. I gave a little overview, but let me try to get back to those. I can't get back to them. I'm not sure why. Sorry.
That's okay. I can just talk.
Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Here, go for it.
So if you love history and you've spoken to your ninth grade teachers about whether or not you should take AP World History, then join me with it. You have to love it. You have to love reading. You have to love writing. And it's a lot of content, so that you have to be ready to, work independently on some of the content, because I can't teach you everything directly. It's a fun course if you love history. You do have a summer assignment that you're going to have to complete for me, which also includes a test on the first week back to school. The other option is World History 2, which is a great course. It allows for us, because we can move at a little slower pace, to go more in depth and spend more time looking at various periods of history. And then we have our 2 electives, which is psychology and Bronco TV. But you have to love history in order to do AP Worlds. And it's a great foundation for kids who have the idea of going on to AP Art History, because we cover the history part of that. And then going into that as a junior, you can focus more on learning the pieces of art and the periods of the artwork, and then connecting it back to what you learned the previous year.
That's a great point. Thank you, Ms. Landsman. Okay, let's continue. Miss Simpson actually, I think, is teaching right now. So just to remind you that you can continue in your performing arts ensembles. If you're currently in band or honors band, chorus, orchestra, or honors orchestra, to continue next year in that. That's highly recommended. You could also add this if you didn't do it your freshman year, but you're interested in maybe joining one of these sophomore year. It's absolutely a great idea. And again, speak to your counselor about how many courses you're signing up for and what's going to fit in your schedule. We do offer a music theory and composition course, but that's usually doesn't have enough students to run as a full course and can often be an independent study, but sign up for it if you're interested. Digital sound and production is something we've been hoping to offer, but at this point haven't had enough students. But if we do for next year, we'll offer that course, which would use digital tools to sample and make sound and music. As I mentioned, it's important for you guys to think about what is the balance of the course load that you're signing up for. There is a worksheet here that you should look at before you come in to meet with your counselor, where you're going to fill in what you're thinking about taking, and you're going to go to the second sheet here to look at what are the homework expectations that the department has for the courses you're signing up for. And you're essentially going to go through an exercise to make sure you're not signing up for more than 24 hours in the day. Sophomores, this is a big transition from freshman to sophomore year. I know you guys had a big transition into the high school because you were hybrid, or last year was different because of COVID. Into sophomore year, and you can talk to the current sophomores, is another big transition, and you want to do it smoothly by making good choices about your courses and not taking on too much. It's better to do well in all of your courses and manage your work than take on too much and all of your grades could suffer. So one AP maybe, but many students might not be ready even for an AP yet sophomore year. So be very careful thinking about what you want to do. Before you come in to see your guidance counselor, you should log in to Infinite Campus. This is going to get shared with you after this meeting. Go to More under the left side menu and click on course registration. Before you see your counselor, you're going to see a list of courses your teachers have recommended for you to take next year. And you're going to add courses to that list before you meet with your counselor, so your counselor knows what you're thinking about taking next year. Okay, so please make sure you do this. Use our new course catalog website. The link is right here. The slideshow will be shared with you to look at any courses, watch the videos, the descriptions are there as well. Think about what academic courses you're going to take and what electives you might want to try. Just to note, psychology is offered every other year. Next year it's being offered, but it won't be offered when you're juniors. So if you want to take that, it's either next year or senior year. What other courses are offered every other year? So it's worth thinking about some of those things ahead of time as well. A bunch of you have put questions in the chat. Our counselors have been responding to them. Did anyone have a question they want to ask or put in the chat at this point? You're obviously going to have an opportunity to ask your counselors when you meet with them if you have any questions. And hi, Mr. Cross, Miss Kim, I went over your slides. I'm sorry. That was my fault. You can go. There weren't any questions. The other thing I wanted to do while I have my ninth graders together, there's been some discussion, particularly among parents, about interest in potentially doing a school dance for 9th and 10th grade. And I am going to do a poll right now in this Zoom to see if you would be interested. Let me describe what it would look like before you answer whether you would be interested in a dance. It would be in the blue gym, supervised by faculty. We get a DJ. You guys would be able to come. It would probably run from 7 to 10 on a Friday night. So I'm going to put this poll up. Please let me know. You can go online, Henry, and register online for your courses right now. But right now, I'd also like you to please just quickly give me some feedback about this dance before anything is moved forward to organize it. And once you are done on the poll, and if you have had all of your questions answered, you can head out of the Zoom. We thank you very much. You will see your counselors soon to make your decisions, and have a great afternoon and a great weekend. Thank you freshmen. Great to see you, or maybe just your names on the Zoom. Make sure you fill out the poll. Thank you. Thank you, counselors. But you don't have to fill out the poll, counselors. Thank you. Bye. Okay, fill out the poll and then leave the meeting. Thank you.
Meow.